A Wheel of Fortune contestant has lost a hefty cash prize over a bonus puzzle fans said was miscategorized. On Wednesday night, Pat Sajak added a cruel twist by directing Laura to turn away from the camera when unveiling the $100,000 prize. The self-proclaimed crazy walking lady and mom of two from Maine stomped to a respectable $19,250 win. Earning her shot at the big money bonus round, Laura opted for the category place for the all-important puzzle. With Pat, 77, by her side at the wheel, Laura spun for a prize wedge and eyed the two-word puzzle, selecting CDPO. Pat couldn't hide his disappointment, admitting those choices worked out not well, as they failed to reveal any new letters on the board. He even quipped that Vanna White, 66, was cemented to her spot. Faced with a puzzle reading R_EL_L_______ and the 10-second timer ticking, Laura found herself at a loss. "It's gotta be another vowel in there, oh my goodness," she lamented. As the timer ran out, Pat humorously remarked, ironically, "There's a walkway in there," revealing the puzzle as gravel walkway. "But you had no shot at that," Pat bluntly admitted as the broadcast cut to the duo, and it was time to unveil her missed opportunity. "Turn around," Pat abruptly instructed, having looked at the prize card. Laura turned her back to the audience, bracing herself as Pat revealed she had missed a staggering $100,000, the highest prize on the wheel. The audience gasped in disbelief as Pat expressed his regret, acknowledging, "I feel terrible," adding, "No way you were gonna solve that puzzle with the letters you had." However, fans weren't just lamenting Laura's misfortune, they took issue with the puzzle itself, arguing that gravel walkway didn't quite fit the place category. At Wheel of Fortune, hey writers and judges. A gravel walkway is a thing, not a place, one ex-user wrote. Wheel of Fortune needs to do a better job of naming their puzzles. Gravel walkway is not a place, posted another. A gravel walkway is a thing, not a place. Get your S***T together at Wheel of Fortune, roared a third. At Wheel of Fortune, a gravel walkway is not a place. It is a thing, echoed a third. Wheel of Fortune, you don't know the difference between a place and a thing. Gravel walkway is not a place. Wrong, wrote a fourth. One more wrote, I've got beef with whoever makes the final puzzles on #Wheel of Fortune. I'd consider gravel walkway to be a thing and not a place. The answers have been whacked this week. Andre had the biggest haul of the night with $15,000 and went to the coveted bonus round. He chose thing and the two-word puzzle after he chose his additional letters read as B_____P______. Andre didn't offer much in the way of guesses during the 10-second timer, and Pat, 77, admitted it was a daunting ask. The puzzle was revealed to be Bumpy Path when it was fully displayed, and the audience fell dead silent. At the time, plenty of fans argued on X that the puzzle was not a place, nor was it very good, before the near repeat tonight. Who comes up with these puzzles? Since when is Bumpy Path a place? #Wheel of Fortune, one fan wrote. My favorite place, Bumpy Path, I'm looking at you Wheel of Fortune, wrote another. The bright lights of the Wheel of Fortune studio cast a dazzling glow over the stage as the camera zoomed in on Pat Sajak, who, after decades of hosting the iconic game show, had seen his fair share of shocking moments. But tonight would be one for the books, one that would leave the audience gasping and the fans at home glued to their screens. Contestant Rachel, a bright-eyed young woman in her late 20s. As the final round approached, Rachel had accumulated an impressive total of nearly $45,000. She was just one puzzle away from taking home the giant prize of the night, a brand new luxury car and a vacation to the Maldives, an opportunity she had dreamed of since she was a little girl. All she needed was one more correct letter. Pat Sajak, ever the calm and composed host, smiled warmly as he set up the final round. Rachel, you've been on quite a roll tonight, he said, and now you're just one spin away from the grand prize. Rachel nodded nervously, her hands trembling as they rested on the giant wheel. She took a deep breath and gave it one final spin, her eyes fixated on the board. The wheel spun for what felt like an eternity, the tension in the room palpable. As the wheel began to slow, It crept ever closer to the coveted $1 million wedge. The crowd erupted in cheers and gasps as it finally landed on the wedge, securing Rachel's chance at the massive prize. She could hardly contain her excitement. Pat's smile widened, though there was a hint of something in his eyes, something Rachel didn't quite catch in her state of euphoria. "All right, Rachel, here we go," he said as the final puzzle appeared on the board. The category is phrase. You've already guessed a lot of letters, so this should be a breeze. Just fill in the blanks. The letters flashed on the board, _O__T_T. Rachel stared at the puzzle, her mind racing. The answer seemed so close, just out of reach. Pat gave her an encouraging nod, urging her to take a guess. She hesitated for a moment, her brow furrowing as she contemplated her options. Then, with as much confidence as she could muster, she blurted out, "Is it commitment?" Pat's expression shifted almost imperceptibly, and for the briefest of moments, a flicker of hesitation crossed his face. Then, with his signature professionalism, he looked down at his cards and said, "I'm sorry, Rachel. That's not the correct answer." Rachel's heart sank, but before she could process the full impact of her loss, Pat gestured toward the contestant podium, where the final prize envelope rested, unopened. "Let's see what you would have won," Pat said, flipping open the card. He revealed the grand prize, a staggering $250,000 in cash, plus the car and vacation package. The audience gasped in disbelief. Rachel's face fell, the disappointment washing over her like a wave. But Pat wasn't done. In a move that stunned everyone watching, he suddenly turned to her and, with an oddly stern expression, said, "Rachel, I think it might be best if you just turned away for a moment." Confusion flashed across her face. "What?" He gestured again, more insistently this time, asking her to turn her back on the audience and the board. The request was both strange and uncomfortable, but Rachel, still processing her loss, did as she was told. She turned away, her back facing the crowd, while murmurs of confusion spread throughout the studio. As the camera cut to the puzzled audience, it became clear that Pat's uncharacteristic move had left everyone speechless. Fans on social media wasted no time sharing their outrage and disbelief. The hashtag #WhackWheel started trending within minutes, with fans calling the moment cruel and unnecessary. Why would Pat force her to turn away? "That was so whack," tweeted one viewer, echoing the sentiments of thousands who felt that the moment was unnecessarily harsh. Another fan chimed in, "We tune in to watch people win or at least lose with dignity. This felt mean-spirited. Rachel didn't deserve that." Back on stage, the tension was still thick as Rachel stood, her back turned, shoulders slumped.